Yo, what is up everyone, Tachi here. So today we are going to be doing a first impressions on Shining Beyond. I believe this game dropped 4 days ago, so it hasn't been long yet. Now, I would like to make a distinction first before we get into the actual video. This is a first impressions, and what I mean by that is I'm going to be playing the game for roughly 20 to 30 minutes. Obviously, it'll be cut down and edited, so you guys won't see the full amount. But obviously, there's going to be content that I'm not going to be able to get into because, time constraint. But I feel that that's pretty fair considering most people aren't going to play a game for several hours to unlock everything before they make a decision on whether to play or not. So yeah, it's not quite the same as a review. Reviews are much more in depth. They usually require significantly more time. So please don't look at this as a review. It's not the same. But anyways, getting into the actual video. First things first, let's talk about the combat. Overall, I'd say the combat is actually pretty okay, but it's nothing new. It's just okay. It's your very typical gacha gameplay. You guys can see it on the screen now. This is the story mission from the start. Obviously, this is all pre-recorded gameplay that I had played through. The only thing I would say is actually pretty interesting is this grid-based system that they have and the battle formations. I've seen battle formations before, but I haven't really seen this map grid-based thingy since roguelikes. I don't really see roguelikes and gachas mixed together very often, but I mean, it's an interesting idea for sure. I just feel that they didn't really flesh it out as much as they probably could have, which is a bit of a shame. And then another thing I want to talk about is probably something that you guys might have noticed already. I'm going to try and increase the volume around now so you guys can hear what it sounds like. But I'm gonna be honest, that voice acting is really bad and it really bothers me a lot. Now, I know a lot of people play muted, and even I do. I play muted like 99% of the time, but it just feels it feels almost like they got voice actors straight from Fiverr, like not even the good ones, like the cheap ones, and then just told them to voice act. There's just something that feels off. I don't know if it's not even just that the voices they don't fit the character. Like for example, the main character sounds like he's 30-40 even though he looks like he's at best like 20, which is typical. He sounds much older. He doesn't sound like what I think the main character would sound like. And then everyone else just kind of sounds like they're recording in their own house like me, which is I get it, right? It is Corona time, so I can give them a pass, but it's just, I don't know, man. It needs work. It needs a lot of work. Overall though, most of the story gameplay seems to be unvoiced, which is a bit of a shame. I do feel that maybe I'm a little bit spoiled now in 2020 because most of these games that are releasing now typically have voice story, which it feels more immersive, I guess. I don't mind reading, obviously. Come on guys, I watch anime, read subtitles. I don't watch dubs, God no. But I don't know, it just feels kind of like a shame to not have a fully voiced story. Now, that being said, that does come as a sort of like a contradiction to the last point, and it's that if the voice acting is awful, why do I want voice storylines? And you're not wrong, but if the voice acting was good, I would like voice story as well. For some reason, I don't know if it's just me, but I think that the game is very similar to King's Raid, except maybe a little bit worse or better depending on your point of view. Personally, I prefer the in system in King's Raid, but this system here that this game has lets you have shards, and you can use the shards to both unlock units and also awaken them. So I guess if that's like your thing, that's an interesting way because you will be able to get most characters as a free to play long term. Obviously, I believe you can get them on like a daily, weekly kind of schedule, so it's not bad. It's just I prefer the in system. And then as well, all the characters, the main ones, the SSRs, they do have their own like unique weapon kind of things. I don't know what they're called in this game, but they do have unique weapons, so that's also a thing as well. Summon rate wise, you're looking at about 5%, which is actually about average, maybe a little bit above average depending on what games you're playing. It's pretty okay for SSRs. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually. They do also have some sort of idle feature in here where you can basically just get some idle time while you're offline and then just redeem it for some rewards, gold, and EXP, which I find to be pretty helpful. I wish a lot of games would have something like this. It's just extra stuff. I think you get about 1 free use per day, or at least it seems that is the case, or maybe 2, I'm not sure. And then the rest of them you can pay for with diamonds. So if you are interested interested in power leveling for whatever reason, technically you could pay for that, I guess. I don't see why you would do that. Other than that, unfortunately, I was not able to get to the arena or the other type of content that is later down in the game because yes, a lot of the content is locked down by level. So I was not able to take a look at events, arena, guild, or forge. But from what I can tell, you can forge the unique weapons for the SSR characters. So that's good. That is pretty free to play. I don't know the exact rates. You would have to ask someone else. Maybe someone in the comments will chime in, someone who actually plays the game. I haven't checked out arena. Obviously that unlocks at level 20. Probably would take me a couple of hours to hit, so I'll pass on that. Event wise, I'm not sure what that is, but it's probably your typical event dungeons, stuff like that. I have heard that co-op is pretty buggy, so take that with a grain of salt. Again, I haven't actually gotten that far, but it's interesting. If it's buggy, they can always fix it. If it's laggy, whatever, that kind of stuff, the server related issues, they can fix that, so that's not really a huge deal. I'm not going to knock them down on that. Overall, I'd say the translations for the lines and the story, they don't seem bad. They actually seem pretty decent. I didn't notice any major issues, and the reason why I bring that up is because I've actually played a couple gacha games where it was noticeably bad, like really bad to read, which is not what you typically would want in a gacha, even if story doesn't really matter. Now, overall though, I'd say the game is about average. I wouldn't say it's a good game. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. Personally, I view it as a slightly worse version of King's Raid, but I can see there's some differences here that might make you want to play this game instead. Like I mentioned before, you can straight up get a bunch of SSRs even as a free-to-play. You guys can already tell, I've only been playing for a couple minutes. I already have 3 SSRs. One of them obviously you get from a selector ticket, which by the way is actually really good. I wish more games would have selector tickets. That would be very nice. You can go inside of here, and when you have 150 shards, you get the character, which is great, and then you can use them for awakening. It looks like you need 200 shards of the character to increase their star rating. I'm not sure how long that takes, but judging by the fact that Starry, he has a couple characters at 4 and 5 stars, so I can't imagine that it's that hard as a free-to-play to get shards. Maybe it's just maybe it's just like the early game phase, but who knows. Stat increases are pretty substantial, but if it's easy enough to get the shards, it's not a huge deal. And other than that, also, I'm not doing anything. No jiggle physics, unfortunate, but that's fine. So it's not live 2D, but the 3D models are okay. Like I said, about average. It could be better, but it's not horrendous. And then you look at the 2D. 2D looks great. Let's take a look at the SSRs. See, you got some Thicc Girls, some more Thicc Girls, tsundere waifus. He's like, I didn't do anything. A little lolly. A cat with a dog. I don't know about that. Kitsune waifu with a mask, because why not? Some dude. Some other dude. A chick. She actually looks pretty nice, not gonna lie. Not bad. Another chick with a very big ass. I'm gonna tell you, whoever designs the characters in this game, I have a feeling I know what their fetish is. Big tits, big ass, every single one of them. More dudes. Another girl. Doesn't have, well, they're big, but they're not massive. Still has thick thighs. Big boobs, big thighs. I think I'm onto something, guys. I think she has a back problem, guys. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Dude, I'm definitely onto something. I think the character model and the character 2D art is actually really good. It's definitely on the upper end, not in like the top levels. Like we're not talking about like Art Night level or Honkai Impact, but it's pretty decent, right? So I don't know. I don't personally think I would play this game long term. I think I would prefer to play King's Raid, but that's just an opinion. Let me know what you guys think overall. If you guys like the game, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, if you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys want to see more content, probably more Sino Alice stuff soon, but I am out for now. Have a nice day.